Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Okay, break. Go. Cowboy 80. Go.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Well, the Rams have 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
This is caught by Evans.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Called that a very strong gain of 24.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal. 8.
A running play. It's Dowdle.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
It's a gain of
44 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run order.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Will Shipley.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Fitzgerald set.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now. Yellow, 22.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
The 25-yard line.
Black 40.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
I just love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Set hut. 10 black. 5, 97.
Now Young. Now he's going to step up and run.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
This defense for the Rams, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's third down.
Ready?
To throw, Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, and now fourth down, so they'll have to beat it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Now Ward. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Dowdle. Trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again. And this time they'll score. Touchdown Rams. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Colts, nothing. Ryan Fitzgerald set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They run here without it. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Ready. Bronco 80. Ready.
He'll try again. And not a whole lot there as they get him down at about the 2. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Motion. Ready.
Ward, 3rd and goal. That one finds Pierce right side. Touchdown! Alec Pierce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-0.
Colts, nothing. Ryan Fitzgerald.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
43.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here's Young. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Derek Brown forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Young.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
60 reps. Ready.
Young now.
That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Come on, set.
Young to throw it. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, Charles, they were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Ryan Fitzgerald set to kick off.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Oh, good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Offense at the line and set to go.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Young, he's going to change it up.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Colts.
Hey, short field. Ready. Yellow, 43.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And he'll work down inside the 45. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now. If they hope to get back into this game, they have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Young. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
4th down, Young. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Throwing is Ward. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
19, Tiger, 19, Lion. 18, Pioneer. Let go.
Throwing now, Ward. That went out wide and intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, third and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And second down. Young. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Now third down and very long. Young will set to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Colts, first down.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Throw left side complete. That's more. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher. Guys,
Young is intercepted for the third time this game. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
26-yard line.
Cowboy 80, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
To throw, here's Ward. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
14 yards.
Hold the set.
And the Rams, first down.
Let's go now.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
65 catch, 65 catch. Cut back team, cut back.
Ward. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On the run, it's Dowdle.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Mustang 19.
Here's Ward. And
That's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
69, 77, 18, Pioneer. Nineteen tight. Check out.
Going for it. Here's Ward.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Let's go now.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and
Now Young.
at the Rams' 44-yard line.
And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Red 38.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Going for the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Rams are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Third and 5.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
To throw is Ward. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a big 32-yard play on third.
That's good for a Rams first down.
Let's go now.
First and 10 at the 44-yard
They'll
line.
try to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Back to throw. Moore. That is caught. And he's going to have a Rams first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt.
And they do get him down, but not before before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
It's a gain of 29.
A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
Ready? Viking 18.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They run again with Dowdle.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Rico Dowdle with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Fitzgerald now for the extra point.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Rams 28, Colts nothing. Ryan Fitzgerald set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Now here's Young. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson.
Young's pass.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now Young going to move him around.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. To throw, Young. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Out of the gun, it's Young.
Same target. It's Jacobs again.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here we go.
Young. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what do you think's going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Young.
He'll try and do this himself.
And now here's another interception.
And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Rams, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.